Okay, it's time to bring it on with some of your email questions. So let's start with Marilyn Pat, who says, Luke 21:20 says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh." What are your thoughts on this? The signs are all there for Jesus coming soon.
All right, there are two things that Jesus is talking about. His people said, what are the signs of your coming and of the end of the age? And Jesus first is talking about Jerusalem, and he said, you know, when you see it compassed about by armies, get out of there. Flee to the hills, go hide. Don't be exposed, because it's going to be really tough. And it was. I mean, the blood flowed up to the horses' bridles. They say there were so many people being butchered. It was just a horrible thing. So there's some of what he said that dealt strictly with the fall of Jerusalem under Titus. I think it was AD 70. And so that's part of it. Then he goes beyond that to talking about the end of the age, and he talks about the days of Noah, he talks about the days of Sodom. And how do you know? He said it, I want to make this very clear. He said, nobody knows that day or the hour, only the Father. He said, but when he was there, he didn't know. The angels don't know.
At the same time, though, he told us to watch for these signs,
watch for it,
right?
but you don't know the day or the hour.
Right.
We don't. So he said, occupy till I come. Our job is to get people unto Jesus. That's what we do, not to speculate. But the time clock is Israel. The focus is on Jerusalem. It's not Paris, Bonn, London, or New York, or Washington. It is Jerusalem. So in any event, that's the time frame. Are the signs there? Are they building up in intensity? Yes, one after the other, but nobody knows the day or the hour. I mean, that's what he said, occupy till I come. So our job, get people unto the Lord now, because we may not have a long time to do it.
Here's a viewer with a good question. Why did Uzzah have to die when he tried to save the Ark of the Covenant from tipping over when David was bringing it back to Jerusalem? He was trying to help keep it from falling.
Big mistake to try to help God from falling. Big mistake. Don't try to help God. God knows what he's doing. But the word was only the Levites should carry the ark. And Uzzah was not one of the Levites. And he reached out to do it. Now, there are people who speculate that, well, maybe it was some kind of an electrical charge in that ark that killed him. I don't know what it was. And so you can speculate all you want to. But you don't mess with the holy things of God. When he says Levites carry it only, and the Levites themselves couldn't look in the Holy of Holies. So only certain people and only Aaron and his sons could go into the Holy of Holies on a particular day of the year. Very sacred. And God said, don't touch it. So oh, it was going to fall. Get your hand off.
Yeah.
Get your hand off the good things of God. Okay, what else?
This is Ruth, who says, is it wrong to want to go out with men if I'm not physically attracted to the man that's asking me out? I am single and very shy, but I'm not getting any younger.
Well, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, hey, the guy's going to feed you a meal. So
enjoy the company.
Enjoy the company. He's going to have a nice evening. You're going to go out and talk and get to know somebody. Yeah, that's all right. You're not attracted to him. Everybody doesn't have to be a potential mate, you know. So sometimes
people you're not attracted to initially become attractive when you get to know them.
Instead of their physical physiognomy, you finally see that they've got a brain, and the brain is very important. And so, nothing, is anything wrong with it? Of course not.
Enjoy your meal. Right. Okay, this is Helen, who says, I belong to the church that believes in replacement theology. I don't believe that. These are good people at this church that do good work and teach the Bible. Should I leave this church? I'm giving my tithe this month to another Christian charity.
Look, I can't tell you what to do with the church. What is replacement theology? Replacement theology says that the promises made to Israel now pertain to the church, that Israel is past and the Jews are past, and now the church is the fulfillment of the promises of God, so therefore they replace Israel. Now, that is a heresy. It is absolutely contrary to the major teachings of the Bible, and so I'm sure you'd be uncomfortable in a church that teaches that, because there's so many things that you want to have love for Israel, you want to have love for the Jews, and these people are not evidencing what you feel, so you might want to find some place where you're more comfortable. But I can't tell you.